So my name is Mike Malley. I have a company called CRM Group, which is the following: the Center for Refractive Marketing, Cataract and Refractive Marketing, and Cole and Reed Malley, and Charles Robert Malley, my father's name. So it can flow any way you want it to flow, but for this presentation, we'll be the Center for Refractive Marketing. I've got 5 lectures this year. No bragging, just fact, but of all the lectures I'm giving, thanks to ASOA, this one I'm most proud about, and it's going to be the most fun, I think, and the most eye-opening for the attendees. And once it starts, you'll see, what I'm talking about. So this is Dr. Shannon Wong. He's from Austin, Texas. He's a good friend and a longtime client. I knew his father when I first met Shannon. I met his father, met his family. So they're a great family. What I like about Dr. Wong, usually I call him Shannon, but he's a philanthropist. He's a pioneer. He's a brave RLE patient. One of the most important things that Dr. Wong did, we started promoting. At first it was laser lens replacement, then it became premium lens replacement. Well, Dr. Wong would go on camera. We do a lot of television in Austin, Texas. It's a big market, a lot of money in that market. And he would go on camera, but he was still wearing reading glasses. So at some point, Shannon, what happened with your vision?
Can I talk here? No, I'll talk here. Talk either way. Is this live? Yeah, I hated reading glasses. They sucked. That's just plain and simple.
So were you the youngest or about the youngest doctor in the country to ever have RLE?
I don't know, but I found it amazing during the refractive meeting, subspecialty day. The question was asked, raise your hand if you've had refractive surgery lens replacement. I didn't see anybody else but me raise their hand. And then when I see these KOLs speak and moderate these refractive lens talks, they're wearing reading glasses, which I find interesting.
Oh, sorry, I was walking on his audio at the time. So I always like to say he was the youngest ophthalmologist that I know a lot, to have a refractive lens exchange. I'm a marketing guy, he's a surgeon. When he did that, it changed his practice. It changed his life, but it really changed the message we gave to people in Austin, because what was he doing? He wasn't just talking the talk, he walked the walk. So let's get started here. So the title is Grow Your Practice Beyond your local city. Dr. Wong, he grew his practice on his YouTube channel way beyond Austin, Texas. We're talking Boston, Santa Barbara, Phoenix, Atlanta, Santa Rosa. We're also talking as far as Thailand, Germany, Nova Scotia, the Bahamas, Vancouver. So I've got a lecture coming up next day or two on artificial intelligence. So I asked AI, make me a map of where Shannon Wong's patients come from around the world. Well, if you look up there, they got Germany where the U.S. is. They got Thailand up where the North Pole is. Germany's way down where Australia is. So AI is great, but be careful with it. That's all I'm saying. So he's also done a few celebrities along the way up there. And I guess it's okay, because since these are on your channel, to talk about the people that have had The Bachelor, Mr. Rather, some Navy SEAL people. So Shannon, I don't have any financial interest in YouTube. Do you have any financial interest in?
No.
I don't. Okay, so we won't. He's done quite well with YouTube, but he doesn't have any financial interest in YouTube. So here's how much I trust Dr. Wong. 34 years in refractive surgery. I know all the guys that claim they're the best. They're and so my wife needed refractive lens exchange. So one day we're on a Zoom call, and I'm in Austin, and my wife is in Boerne, Texas, and she's on this he's got a big 70-inch television in the practice, and she comes on wearing reading glasses, but she's wearing them for distance. So she's eye pro. And so, of course, Dr. Wong says, Candy, what are you doing? She goes, what do you mean? I'm wearing my glasses. He said, yes, but you shouldn't be wearing reading glasses. So lo and behold, so we go to film some commercials on a Wednesday. Dr. Wong does her surgery.
Say, Dr. Wong,
This is what happened.
that reading glasses is pretty awesome.
My friend Candy had premium lens replacement here at Austin Eye just yesterday.
And I still can't believe I'm glasses free and will never have to have cataract surgery. Yes!
That's right. Do you think you made the right choice?
No, I don't think I made the right choice.
What?
I know I made the right choice coming to Austin Eye.
For our vision.
It's perfecting mine.
Call 512-250.
So yeah, she was, next day, she was 20/20. So here's Dr. Wong's practice in Austin. We're going to give you a couple of looks at it. I've seen a lot of ophthalmology practices. This is one of the finest in my opinion. Here are his staff, some view of the doctors, aerial shot. But here is a video. I didn't shoot this video. We shoot a lot of video. I didn't shoot this video because when you see it, you're going to be blown away by how this was filmed. Here's his practice in about 90 seconds.
Our mission at Austin Eye is to perfect the vision of the lives we touch each day.
Hi. Good morning. Welcome to Austin Eye.
Amazing. That's the Cybertruck. I cannot wait.
The doctor's going to take great care of you.
Oh, thank you. We're ready for you, Mrs. Johnson.
Oh, great. Oh, you look so much better without your glasses.
Oh, thanks.
You're seeing 20/20 today. Your eyes look great.
Now we're going to get some images of the back of each eye.
I can't believe how much better I can see now.
Your eyes look great.
Our flagship office in Austin, Texas, embodies our mission to create an elite team of eye surgeons, doctors, nurses, and staff
We're going to sit you up now. You did great.
I didn't feel a thing.
They scored on the final play.
to deliver the very best surgical eye care for people who want to see their best and to enjoy life to its fullest.
Thank you for calling Austin Eye. This is Gina. How can I help
Thank you for calling Austin Eye. This is Kara. How can I help you?
The lens works the best for patients with radiant keratitis.
If you visit our practice, our team will take great care of you in a compassionate, knowledgeable, and professional manner.
I'm just seeing perfectly now.
Awesome.
Your experience should be second to none.
Just relax. Things are going to go great.
Okay, Mike, today's your big day. We're going to help you see young again.
Here's your post-op bag.
Thank you. You guys are awesome.
So for those individuals who reach the point in life that they want to see their best and improve their vision through LASIK, premium lens replacement, or cataract surgery, we invite you to visit us at Austin Eye,
Thank you for your trust and confidence.
I had such an exceptional experience.
where our vision is perfecting yours.
Is that not the best fly-through of anything you've ever seen? That was all. We should give Dr. Wong a hand, 'cause he set it up. He hired this guy, and the guy comes in, and all he has is this baby drone and these headphones, and he goes and sits in a corner, like this, and does all that, which is unbelievable. All right, so thank you for doing that, Dr. Wong. So this is his YouTube channel page. Here's a few of the sample YouTube videos he's done. These happen to have over 3 million views. So his YouTube history, he started this channel in 2010. He's uploaded 200 and some odd videos, had almost 12 million views, has over 52,000 subscribers, and he's got a full-time job. I hate these YouTube like influencers. This is my job to do YouTube. Dude, I got a full-time gig. This is spare time stuff. I'll stay away from that. So I've even been featured on early on. You had me on your channel, and so but we only got 25,000 views. So I'm not that big a deal, obviously, compared to everybody else. So to do what he does, generate millions of views, you got to be almost flawless on camera. I mean, flawless. He makes how many? Well, you do a lot of videos. He's got his own production kind of mini studio. So wouldn't you think that he needs to be flawless on camera? Let's have a little look, Shannon. This is a commercial we were trying to film about donuts and refractive lens exchange. Let her rip.
Test. Sweet. Okay, hi. Thanks.
You got
Thanks,
the
Mike.
remote too? How's she gonna do it?
Clicker? Okay. Thank you for that awkward pause. But my name is Shannon Wong, and I hope that's not going to happen with every slide. I'm a private practice in Austin, Texas, and I have no financial interest in anything other than our practice. So if you want to make it easy, use your phone, QR code. I made a little YouTube video about this talk. So if it's helpful, great. And I find that I don't really, on my videos, I don't ever say, hey, like or subscribe. I assume that if somebody likes what they see, they'll subscribe. And if they don't, it's fine with me too, because I do it for a variety of reasons, which I'll share. So I started this in 2010 just because my kids at the time were interested in YouTube, and I thought, oh, well, this would be a creative outlet, and we could kind of bond over making YouTube videos together. And so the early YouTube videos were bad, and as I kept doing them, I would look at other YouTubers and kind of emulate their style. And that's how I got a little better over time. And I wish I could say I were over 1 million subs and Dr. Glaucoma Flecken, but I'm just creating stuff the way I want to create it. And my purpose is not necessarily to generate revenue or get a bunch of subscribers. I just do whatever I feel like doing in the way I want to do it. But somehow indirectly, it all comes back. And patients find these videos somehow, thankfully, to the YouTube algorithm. And we do see a lot of patients traveling from far away to see us. So I probably do about 4 premium IOLs per week from patients who would come see us because they say, I saw you on YouTube. And sometimes they're from the same zip code, sometimes they're from far away. But that basically means that indirectly, because of what people are seeing on YouTube, they're traveling and investing in our practice, and the other MDs in our practice also benefit indirectly. So I would estimate we generate about $2 million of revenue additional just because of what YouTube has helped us out with. Thanks. So this is our practice. We have 3 MDs, 2 ODs. We have about 50 staff. We have 2 locations. We're privately owned. We have a fully accredited ASC. We have on-site LASIK, and we do not co-manage. My practice is only cataract and refractive. Oh yeah, so one question is, what are the most popular social media platforms in 2024? I believe firmly, time is finite. It's a finite, scarce resource. I can't chase everything all the time. So I really just focus on what I like doing, and I like YouTube. And we're fortunate in that YouTube is the second most popular social media platform out there, second only to Facebook. What are the most popular websites in 2024? This is straight off Google. Thankfully, YouTube is second only to Google. So despite all the Instagram and what's the TikTok which I'm not even on. YouTube, fortunately, gets a lot of viewers. What are the guiding principles that I use for making content? Am I providing value? Is whatever I'm saying of use? And that's really what I'm trying to do, is share information, share truthful information that's useful to an audience. Is that information objective and unbiased? And yeah, what I like to see, the kind of content that I post. I will touch on it briefly. I don't like to virtue signal or try to post content where it is indirectly just trying to boost my image. I'm very anti that type of content.
Shannon, can you, for a second, if you haven't been to his channel, talk about the lens descriptions and performance that you, or maybe it's in here, that you talk about. He will come out and say exactly how that lens performed, good, bad, or ugly,
right,
and post it.
Right. So whether you love him or you hate him, I am a big believer in free speech. So Elon Musk is an individual I look up to because I think he speaks honestly and from the heart. And when I come to these meetings, a lot of times you hear KOLs, salespeople, they'll tell you things that history does not prove to be accurate. And I want to be a source of accurate information. I want history to look back on my videos and whatever I say or what I do, and I want it to age well. So if a lens doesn't work very well or a technology does not work very well, and I learned that the hard way because I've acquired or purchased that technology and used it and the patients didn't do well, I'm going to share that information. Also, if the technology is good, I'm going to share that information.
Do you get any feedback from the manufacturers of a particular? If you say something not so glowing, does anyone call you or reach out?
Actually, no.
Okay.
And I mean, fortunately, our practice does well enough. I'm not looking for the diversification of revenue or income for myself personally to become a paid spokesman for anybody. I'll never be that. I don't want to be that. So it works out.
Good.
So let's talk about YouTube and why, or I would imagine that other social media platforms have these types of analytics, but YouTube is very good on analytics. So this kind of is a analytic of the last month, and it tells you the current number of subscribers, top right, how many views that we've had in the past 48 hours, the income that we've generated over the past 28 days, the number of new subscribers to the channel, the number of views, the number of hours that the videos have been viewed in totality for the month. So it's a good way to track things. I like to track things like stocks and financial performance of things, and so this is kind of fun for me. It gives me direct feedback about what is going on with the content that I've invested my time to create. So this shows over the past 48 hours and over the past hour how many views I've received on these different videos on my channel, and there's about 270 some odd videos. And then it shows over the past 48 hours and over the past 60 minutes what are the most viewed videos. And that kind of gives you real-time feedback about, what videos are actually appealing to an audience. And sadly, I do post things that I just want to post, that I find interesting. Sometimes I know in advance it's not going to show up on this top ranking for a long time. Some of the videos I post are very noteworthy because they're called evergreen. They get views constantly, every day for months, years. When I post a new video, it gets an initial pop, but then if it doesn't have that evergreen effect. So questions and answers. What are the most popular videos? I'll go over all these. What are the most popular videos I've made? How do I make them? What gear do I use? What software do I use? How often do I post? And you've already seen some of the impact of our content to our practice. So what are the most popular videos by view count all time? And it's some of this stuff is very serendipitous. So one of my good friends who I work out with, and he knows I don't see regular exams. He said, "Hey, Shannon, my daughter has a bump on her eyelid," and it was during COVID. And I said, "Okay, well, bring her in." And I said, "Hey, can I film her?" Because I would be getting these texts every weekend from friends. "Shannon, I've got a bump on my eyelid." And so I kind of knew that's like super common. And I was starting to get bumps on my eyelid from time to time. So I just made a video and I titled it as if somebody would query in a search engine, "What is that bump on my eyelid?" And that was during the pandemic. If you see the date, it's August 8th, 2020, so she was masked and everything. But it's got 1.2 million views, 1.25 million. The other one, the second most viewed one, also very serendipitous. So we give post-op instructions to our patients after cataract surgery. I didn't want our staff to have to repeat everything a bazillion times, so I made a video so they just watch the video, and it kind of takes the time off of our staff, and the patients can watch the video of their post-op instructions or pre-op instructions without our staff having to go over that with them. That was just random, and 1.2 million views. The other ones are more intentional. You know, I realized that everybody thinks that they want LASIK to correct their vision, even the 80-year-olds. And so I said, if you're over 45, the number 3rd, and considering LASIK, lens replacement or cataract surgery, things you need to know. And that one was popular. And then the 4th one is what to expect during and after your cataract surgery. And I found that over time, other practices have made these videos, and they do very well for the practices that make them. Whether or not they get a lot of views, those practices benefit directly because it saves their staff time, which is huge. What are the most popular videos by view count in the past month? So this is, what you saw was all time. This is what is working right now recently. So the number 1 was at the end of 2023, after we started using the light adjustable lens, I wanted to create a video, well, how to select the best lens implant for premium lens replacement or cataract surgery. And I think if somebody is contemplating going to see their surgeon or optometrist and having to make this decision, they leave their office a little confused, maybe with a brochure, and then they get online and they start searching. And so this is one of the videos that gets traction. The other one is pterygium surgery and some of the evergreen ones. Here's the simple one. How do you wear the eye shield? How do you put the eye shield on? Well, I did that one. That's a brief one. It's 1 minute and 21 seconds. But pretty much every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, it pops. I get a lot of traction on that. Why? I don't know. Why not Friday? I'm not sure. Okay, so then another one is comparing different lens implants like the Vivity and the Panoptics. Another one is why do I see a shadow, crescent, or arc after cataract surgery? I know your patients never ask you that question. Let's see here. Did I know when I was making these videos they would be as viewed as they ended up being? I've learned over time, but I really didn't know at the time. How do I make videos today? I just think what might be useful to a patient that I have a conversation with on a daily basis, what might be useful to our staff, because our staff watch these videos. It's educational for the staff. I obtained video of what I'm trying to convey. I write a script. So I am aware that the internet is forever, and what I post can and may be used against me. So I actually write a script. I kind of learned this from Mike, prepping for some of the filming his team puts together. So I know exactly what to say. And then I think about the title and the thumbnail. The thumbnail and the title are huge. You can actually, I think there are programs that create this for you, and they do a better job than what I do. But I still make them on my own. I use PowerPoint, and I use the little designer feature that's in PowerPoint to help create some of my thumbnails. I do enhance the colors on my thumbnail images because they pop better. I adjust the lighting so they pop a little bit more. So like my yellows on my thumbnails are a little brighter than they ordinarily would be. Then I record the audio. And I used to record audio as simply as I would use my iPhone wired headphones to record my audio. And then I learned that we need to up our game on the audio department. And it does take time. So I'm not super fast at this stuff, but about each minute of a YouTube video takes about an hour for me to put together. So I do it on weekends. And I kind of multitask. I might have like a sporting event going on TV. I love it when golf is on because I can watch golf and I can edit and create a video at the same time. Masters is coming up in a week. That's good. This is my studio. This is my desk. So it's pretty simple stuff. I use a Mac Studio, which is right here. I use an iPhone. I use mostly Mac stuff. These are all my backup servers, hard drives actually. This is key, the microphone for audio and the mixer, and we'll go over some of these things. So this is my Mac Studio. It's kind of older, but the more recent and more powerful, the less time you invest in processing these videos. And time is a scarce resource. I use Final Cut Pro, which is an Apple program to edit the videos. I use a DSLR camera. I use a Lumix, but you can use whatever you want. And all cameras work pretty well. Sometimes I'll use a GoPro. In the operating room, we have a 4K video camera, and I'll just kind of show it to you briefly. Let me see if this works. If you can hit play. So this is our operating room microscope. It's a Panasonic 4K camera, and it is attached to our Zeiss operating room microscope by this attachment here. It's 4K. The cable goes up around and it connects to the back of this instrument here. And then this instrument is connected to a hard drive. So pretty much every video about surgery, I'll use video from the OR microscope. And that guarantees that that video will not be monetized by YouTube because it's considered offensive in some way, shape, or form. But that's fine with me. Audio is very, very important. So if you look at all the podcasters that are doing well, they all have really nice microphones, and that's for a reason. So I use the same microphone that you'll see on like the Joe Rogan podcast. It's a Shure SM7B. I bought it at the Guitar Center. You can probably buy it off Amazon. I went to the local camera shop and I bought this mixer, this Rode mixer, and they said you need to buy this blue item. It's called a cloud lifter. But all these are the hardware that you need. Well, this is, I don't know if that's so useful, but the sound quality it's much more pleasant to listen to a podcast with a professional microphone than it is to use audio that somebody might record with their iPhone. So how often do I post? About once a week. I do it on weekends. And the main impact for our channel is the patients who view it. So even like this weekend, I had somebody from China emailing me questions. And I always have to say, well, I can't answer your question unless I examine you in person. And I'm okay if they don't come see me, but some of them actually come see me. And so we'll see patients from different cities around Texas. I'm in Austin every day. We'll see patients from around the United States weekly, from around the world every month. And you know, I've had some certain patients call me and they said, you know, basically these people are driven and they're not going to let anything stop them. And they'll say, you know, I called Bascom Palmer and I had to be on hold, and they misdirected me and they said they'd call me back and they didn't call me back. And I also called basically, you name it, Harvard or these very famous institutions, and they said, but you guys were the only ones who actually answered the phone, and I could speak with somebody who's knowledgeable. And I thought that was important. So that's why I'm here. So they found me on YouTube, but we have live people who are knowledgeable, professional, answering the phone. That's sadly rare. You know, everybody has a website. Actually, most doctors should have a website, even if hopefully they have a website. But despite all this stuff, websites, search engine optimization, Instagram, Facebook, I honestly don't think people would come see me on those platforms, or even with, you know, our local marketing on TV. They wouldn't come see me from outside the country. There's no way, without YouTube. Okay, pearls for success with YouTube. Provide value to the viewer. So the viewer has a very short attention span. They're only going to invest their time in things that benefit them. So think about it from that perspective. That's why I find it, well, as a sidebar, I find it amusing how so many people on social media post things that only boost their own personal egos, and they seem to be so honored and humbled to have been recognized as the wealthiest person in the world or whatever, and they get a lot of views. I would never watch stuff like that. Invest the time to produce a video you would want to watch. Produce it well. So I pay attention to the details. My transitions are exact. There's no gaps. There's no ums. There's no clearing my throat. There's no awkward pauses. I'm valuing the viewer's time. So every second in that video is content. Create a good thumbnail. Create a good title. Usually the title should actually be 5 words or less. Maybe like 3 words.
Talk about, because thumbnails are very important if you research YouTube. Talk about your thumbnails aren't award-winning.
They're not.
Design-wise, but they work very well. So can you use colors and you use different fonts? Mm-hmm. Just a little bit about how you design a thumbnail, because it's important, and the messaging on there.
I've kind of learned from Mr. Beast. Excuse me. Mr. Beast says he puts his own image in every thumbnail, so people recognize it as a Mr. Beast video. By the way, if you don't know who Mr. Beast is, he's the most viewed person on YouTube in the world. Okay.
And he had just had refractive lens exchange by somebody.
No, he's young.
Oh, is he? Oh, maybe it's LASIK.
He's 20-something.
Okay, I think
he's 20-something. He's a billionaire.
He was LASIK, yeah.
Yeah, multi-billionaire. So the thumbnail needs to. So I put my own image in the thumbnail, and then I put a nice title, and then something that I think the viewer might be attracted to. Anything, just something different, and then I enhance the lighting and the color of whatever images I'm posting. If I really were into it, I would. There's apps that maybe I'll use them in the future. AI generated apps that can create a awesome thumbnail. Maybe. I do spend a lot of time on YouTube. I'm not a big reader anymore, but I watch a lot of videos. I listen to a lot of podcasts. And if you find creators who create great content or edit things very well, I just try to emulate what they do. And everything, they say luck is where preparation meets opportunity, and sometimes we get lucky. So this was a patient who came to see us. All right. So one of the interesting things that we get to experience is we get to help people see better, and we get to meet people in our office that we would never have imagined we would have seen. And we recently had the honor of taking care of a living legend, Mr. Dan Rather.
Hello, everybody.
So Mr. Rather is, can I tell them what you had done?
Not a problem.
Okay, so Mr. Rather had cataract surgery with the PanOptix lenses to both eyes, and can you just tell them what you saw before and what you see now?
Well, I see much better now, to say the least. I spent the last 25, 30, I would say almost more than 50 years wearing contact lenses of some sort, a combination of contact lenses and glasses. And frankly, I would not have believed that my eyesight could improve as much as it has now that I have had the cataracts removed in both eyes and the new lenses put in, so-called premium cataract surgery.
Yes, sir.
Wouldn't have believed it consider it at least a minor miracle. Admire what you and others who can do this kind of work do. You should feel really good about yourself, because you and those who do your kind of work really help people.
Thank you so much.
No, you're welcome.
Thank you. Don't know who he is, Google him. He succeeded Walter Cronkite when Walter Cronkite retired. Walter Cronkite was a news reporter pre-internet that was known as the most trusted man in America.
At his age, how many followers does he? I mean,
Oh yeah, he's on Twitter. He's got multiple millions of followers on Twitter. He's 92 years old. You walk in the room, you look at the patient's schedule for the day, and it says Dan Rather, and you go, and then you kind of look at his birth date, because we have his birth date on the schedule, and you go, wait, let me Google that. Oh, and then you walk in and you see a guy who you've seen on TV growing up all your life, and it's surreal. So that's it. Thank you very much. And
so I want to do two things. As you can see, Dr. Wong is pretty polished. He's a pretty serious guy. I wanted to play a little bit of the other side of Dr. Wong that we get to see sometimes. And then if I thought we could end, if you wanted to see something on your YouTube channel, we could show them something like a video of a minute and a half so they can kind of see, oh, I could probably do something like that. So I'd like for you to see. And so while he's doing that, I said, Dr. Wong, Mr. Rather has got millions and millions of followers on X for Twitter. I said, let me call him and see if we can make a commercial with him about cataract surgery at Austin Eye. So he says, okay, you can do it. Go try and convince him. So he loves Shannon. So I call, you don't get Mr. Rather, you get Mr. Rather's assistant to the assistant. And I go, hi, this is Mike Malley, and my surgeon client, he corrected the vision of Mr. Rather and has this incredible story, and we'd like to feature it, in a video. Do you think he would? So you got to go through multiple assistants, and then finally I hear back from Mr. Rather that said, I love Dr. Wong. He's an incredible surgeon. I'm seeing, as I'm going, yes. He goes, but I politely decline. I'm like, dang. All right, so here is the side of Dr. Wong that you have probably never seen. Sorry, Shannon.
Our mission has always been perfecting yours. Right. Our vision is perfecting yours. I'm an actor, not that bright. Our vision is perfecting yours. Pressure. Our vision is, how's your vision doing today? It's doing just great. I now see just as well as our patients without the frustration of reading glasses or bifocal. A little slower. We're setting new standards in cataract surgery and the correction of presbyopia. Oh, wait, am I walking and talking? Where do I look? Which camera do I look at? Where our vision is perfecting yours. That's kind of crazy, man. Where our vision is perfecting yours. I gotta keep a straight face. Where our vision is perfecting yours. I can't hold it back. The timing and the choreography is highly technical. Where our vision is perfecting yours.
So we appreciate what he allows us to share and do for him. Would you like to see a short video on his channel to see how he's generating these millions of views? So
I don't. Do you want me?
Can
to
you
do
pull?
That? I just need to get it on the interweb.
Because it's
YouTube.
What you're going to see is that it's him on camera talking about so my wife had the panoptic lens, and so because he was speaking very highly of it, and then a month later he's comparing the panoptic lens to another lens. I'm going, oh my God, if my wife sees this. But luckily he says, I prefer the panoptic lens. It gives the best range of vision, all these things. And so, but the videos it's straight up true honesty. There's not a lot of humor in these videos at all. He's not trying to really generate, I don't think, interest of that kind. It's just he's sharing ophthalmology knowledge that I think anyone in this room could tell your surgeon, or if you are a surgeon, to go start doing this. And the reason that he's getting so many views is because he said every week he's uploading new content about cataract surgery, refractive lens exchange, bumps on the eye, keratoconus, dry eye, whatever. And so he's becoming a source. And I mean, for the cost of, he probably has a couple of grand invested in his studio, and he said he generates over $1 million a year in that.
Start sharing that.
I'd go back and buy myself a little studio, and some guys are great on camera. So, Shannon is interesting. He's a very natural, believable person. He's not a salesperson. People just trust him and they believe him. And as you can see in one of these videos, I don't know which one he's going to show, but it's just there's Dr. Max in the audience right there.
So this is about the light adjustable lens. And I'll share links to those prior.
All right.
Thanks.
We've been using the light adjustable lens since August 2023. And since that time, I've shared with you several videos sharing our experience with the light adjustable lens and how it works. And I'll share links to those prior videos that we've made in the section below. Now in this video, I want to discuss 4 features of the light adjustable lens, or LAL, and share with you, based on our experience, whether these 4 features are truth or hype. Number 1, the light adjustable lens gives an extended range of focus or extended depth of focus that's better than a monofocal lens. Number 2, the LAL gives
So is this
minimal
is that a
night and gives.
Is that a green screen, or is that you in the lobby?
That's just for our lobby.
Okay, yeah. So as you can see, it's just straight up, him on camera. This was, fairly long. But I think any surgeon out there that has a passion for what he does and has stories like this, and I love it when surgeons, because we come here every year, there's a new lens, and the new lens is like, oh, this is going to be the killer, whatever. And so I like the fact that he's always looking at new lens technology, outcomes, and those things. So what would it cost someone in this room if they went back, if they wanted to just kind of get started? How long would it take them, and how much would they have to invest?
You already have your stuff. You already have a cell phone. That's all you need. Cell phone, and then be authentic, be genuine.
So in this case, did you have your microphone, or did you have a lapel?
If you see here, I have a little microphone here. Yeah. So it sounds a little better, because that's a big room. You would have echo. The audio would be a little annoying, and so the listener would not want to continue listening. Yes.
Use a teleprompter?
I don't. So this is a little Mike Malley. I've learned a lot from Mike, because he films our commercials, and I just watch what he and his team does, and I kind of emulate a lot of that stuff. So he gives us scripts for reading, like on a 30-second commercial. And so he expects me to look at that script and then look in the camera, do what he says, and then read the script. And so I've learned to just write a script and be able to kind of read 30 seconds off, and then basically go to a different scene, different background, and then read another 30 seconds, and then go somewhere else. So that's how I do it.
So you memorize about 30 seconds?
That's right. But I wrote the content, so it's pretty easy for me to remember it. I know what I'm trying to convey. Like I said, there's 4 points. All I have to do is remember those 4 points and kind of say them, and I know I'm going to put graphics up later on, and I just need to put it out there. And then after I say it, I'll think, okay, did I say it right? And I'll look at the script and I'll go, okay, it's good. Do I think I looked okay? And if I sounded, I try to be kind of conscious of how it came off, sounded, how I felt. And so probably for every 30 seconds, I have to read it like 4 times to get it right. So I have a lot of video, and to take the part I want, I usually just go to the last one of that section, because I know that's the best one.
How about the lighting? Do you use special lighting?
I don't. I should. I know, like, there's these YouTubers I follow. They're aesthetically pleasing to the eye, but I know they've got a lot of lighting going on, and I don't have time. So, like, the context of this is probably a Saturday, because there's nobody in the office, I probably came up with the idea Wednesday. Friday night, I was probably on my computer writing the script. And then so this behind the scenes, I probably have a tripod, a DSLR camera. I have my little lavalier microphone, and I have my laptop right there with my script on it. And I just talk.
And how long are you usually your video?
The ideal, the more brief you can be, the better. But to convey a point and what we're doing, it's kind of hard. So my videos are typically 10, sometimes 20 minutes. Yeah, but how much gets viewed? Probably 50%, 40 to 50% of that gets viewed. People's attention span is nothing. Yeah.
Do you have a question?
Yeah, I was just going to ask, so whenever you're seeing a patient and you're using a lens that is new to you, and then you provide this experience, kind of a post experience, do you ever have patients that say, hey, I saw your video, it looks like this isn't, I want to try a different lens now. How have you managed those patients?
Yeah, I mean, I'll contextualize the patient situation with the video they saw, and then I'll reconcile the two. I mean, the way we do refractive surgery is we charge a higher price up front, and we will do a lens exchange at no charge for a year after surgery anyway. So if they're rational and logical and what they're asking is going to help them, I'll do it.
And one of his best videos that I like was the LAL. Was it LAL bilateral?
Oh, you bilateral premium surgery.
You went back and then with her. Remember, you gave her.
Oh yeah.
That was great because it was her story. She goes, she has it, comes back, they talk. He goes, let's.
Yeah, I use a lot of patients because I think that gives more authenticity. So somebody may just say, oh, the doctor's just saying that to help the doctor. But I'm just trying to frame what a patient is telling me. So I state something, and then I say, here's our patient, and she'll tell you herself or himself what they were experiencing, and they'll go through it. And those are pretty well-liked videos.
So Shannon does not like publicity. I do. So every talk I do a little video at the end, and if you like what you saw, you can clap. If not, you can get up and walk out. So I'll start the video, Shannon. We did it. We're done. How did Dr. Wong do, everybody? Look at that. Well done, sir. Thank you all very much. Hope you had fun.
Thank you. Thank you, Mike.
Yeah.
Good.
Good job.